Hey guys, what's up? Hope you're having a good week. So yeah, this is my big apology video, I guess, for not posting on my blog for like 3 weeks. So whenever I do bad things, I'll make it up to you guys by doing something extra special. So like, video, yay, right? Right? Yeah, it makes up for it, right? Yep, right. Well, yeah, anyway, so yeah, the past 3 weeks have been pretty busy, but actually, like 2 weeks ago, like Saturday, like the 10th, I sat down Saturday morning to write a blog, and then I was like, I'm gonna do it the week after, I'm gonna be right on the weekend, it'll be great, it'll be perfect, I have the time, I'm gonna do it. So I sat down to write it, and then it's just nothing. I had absolutely nothing to write about. I was shocked. For the 2 months that I had been here, like whenever I'd sit down to write something for my blog about anything that happened that week or just, whatever, I always had something to write about. Always something either to gripe about or just to a funny story but it was just like I had the most uneventful week I think of my entire experience here in Japan. I just went to school and then went home, studied, went to school, went home, studied, it was just didn't do anything. So yeah, so I just was like, well, I guess I'll just have to wait till next week, maybe something will happen. And well, at the end of last week I was like, well, I'm being kind of lazy, I also didn't really have a good block of time, I was really just kind of being lazy, but it was just it was a combination of lazy and then busy, so lazy one. But, so yeah. Anywho, I'm doing pretty well. I'm finally feeling better, health-wise. I was just the cold that I had in October just kind of I got over it and I thought it was fine, and then it just kind of killed me for 2 weeks. I was just my body was okay, but I just couldn't talk, and I was just just dying basically. But it's alright, because now I'm a little bit better, so that's great. So yeah, in any case, so I don't know about you guys, but I'm super talented with technology, and I think that's just how I'll start this story. I think many of you know how talented I am with technology. Super talented. But anyway, and my family has a home security system. So, that's good for safety and stuff. It's great, home security, yay. But yeah, so that's, yes. Okay, so I think this was either last Tuesday or 2 weeks ago Tuesday. The weeks kind of blend together, so it's hard to remember. But in any case, it was a Tuesday, and I was getting ready to leave for school. I was the last one to leave the house. And in the past, I always forget to turn on the home security. I lock the doors, but, I just have never used home security before, so I just always forget about it. So one day my host mom reminded me, she was like, Katie, don't forget to do the home security, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, yeah, sure. Why not? I'll do the home security. She taught me how to use it one time, maybe a month after I got here, and I was like, yeah, that'll be great, perfect. So I'm gonna be good, I'm gonna turn on the home security before I leave the house, make the house extra secure and stuff. Yeah, so after, gosh, I was running a little bit behind schedule because I just was, and so I was just kind of trying to rush and leave the house, and I was like, alright, turn the home security on, because you press the button, and then there's this thing that you put up, the key thing, and then it goes beep beep beep, and you go through the door, lock it, and leave, and you're all set. It's perfect. So I was like, alright, straightforward. Press a button, beep, 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 leave, it's good. So I went down there, and I was like, alright, what button was it? I'm pretty sure it was just, I thought it was going to be pretty straightforward, because, you just press the go button kind of thing, and then, you go, and it makes a sound. So I went down there, and I was like, well, which button is it? I couldn't remember, and so I was like, I bet it's this big green button, the big green one. So I pressed it. And, this, barking dog appeared on the screen, and I was like, that's not right. Like, that, I don't think that's right. So I was just like, okay, I did that wrong. So it was like, I figured that it was the one where it's like, if I open the door from the inside, then it would like get mad at me, and then it would just be bad. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna restart, you know, where's the off button? So I tried to find the off button, but of course I can't read any of the buttons or any of the little, like, characters. I was just like, oh, I don't know what any of this is. And so I was just like, okay, well, logically, where would the off button be? And you know how in regular remotes, it's like, red button, top right corner, you know, what, like 95% of the time, that's where you can find the off switch on any kind of remote, like TV, whatever, you know, that's where it is. So there's a big red button right up in the right top corner, and I was like, that's gotta be it, right? So I press it. And then this, like, flashing finger that's pressing a button appears, you know, on the screen. I was just like, that is also not right. I was just like, this is bad, because, like, there's these, like, flashy, like, jagged things coming off of the red finger, and I'm just like, this is very bad. I was just like, I don't know what's going on. And so I tried to turn it off, and so I just end up, you know, of course, I just start pressing all of the buttons. The one thing you should never do, just press all of the buttons, and it's just like, oh god. So I pressed all the buttons, and then it still wouldn't turn off no matter what I did, and so I was just like, I'm just gonna leave. So I just, you know, went out the door, locked it, and ran away. And just ran to the, you know, train station. And I just felt so bad. I felt so terrible. And it was just... So I got on the train, I'm riding it. I rode it 2 stops, and I was just like, I feel like, you know, I looked at this woman, and she's carrying a bag. And I was like, you know, I carry bags. I had my backpack with me, but I was just like, what am I missing? I left all of my sports gear at home, and so I was like, the universe is telling me to go back. One, I had to go back because I felt so terrible. I wanted to try and fix, like, just this mess that I made of home security, and then I also just needed my stuff, so I was like, okay, you know, get off at the stop, and then ran around to the other side. And by the time I got there, my host mom had texted me. She's like, home security, is everything okay? And I was like, oh shit, like, I knew it. So anyway, I was like, yeah, everything's fine, I'm going back to the house right now, like, I made a mistake, I left my stuff at home too, so I'm going back, you know, kind of thing. So I went back, and I get to the door, and, you know, it's just a little bit off, you know, something about the door just wasn't right, like, the handle was down a little bit, there was only one locked, and I was just like, you know, maybe mom came home, maybe my host mom, maybe she came home and, like, to fix the home security, or maybe she forgot something, maybe, like, who could be in my house right now, who, indeed. So I opened the door, and inside there's these 2 home security guys, that had, like, just walked into my house, and I was just like, oh god, there's, like, these 2 Japanese home security guys in my house, and here I am, you know, pale Caucasian, just, like, storming through the front door of this Japanese family's house, and I'm like, I live here, I swear I live here, I'm an exchange student, like, I'm not just, like, this random person, you know, I live here. And so, I felt good, though, because I felt like I could communicate with them in Japanese, you know, reasonably well, and they could reasonably understand me, and so that was all good. And so we chatted for a little bit. They, like, took my name down and all that stuff, and I was like, oh, I'm actually, you know, I love some stuff here, you know, I just came back because, you know, I forgot some things, and they're like, oh, go ahead. So I ran up, grabbed my stuff, and then ran back down. So we stood around for a while, and they're like, oh, you have to go. So I was like, yeah, I kind of have to go. And they're like, oh, go ahead, go leave. And they're like, I'm ready, you know, like, good luck, or, you know, like, whatever. And I was just like, thanks. And so I, like, left. Yeah, so that was my experience with home security. Later that night, my host's father called me downstairs. He's like, Katie, give me. I was like, what? He's like, so my wife told me what happened today. And I was like, yeah, I'm sorry about that. And he's like, no, I thought it was hilarious. And so apparently he and his wife, he and my host mom had been laughing about it the entire time I was in the shower. And so, yeah, they thought it was funny, which I guess is good. Because I guess it had never happened before. But yeah, so that was my experience with home security.